Hi there, my name is Graham. In Second Life, I'm known as Hrdtop75 Deluxe. I volunteer at the Virtual Railway Consortium. The Virtual Railway Consortium consists of members and groups that enjoy the railways around Second Life. They provide free open source scripts and builds for the residents to enjoy. In this series, I'm going to make a mesh locomotive from scratch using free software found on the net and open source scripts from the Virtual Railway Consortium. The reason why I'm making this series is to show you how it can be easy to make something from scratch and prevent DMCA takedowns. DMCA being Digital Millennium Copyright. But most importantly, help out newcomers to the railroads in Second Life. Join me live once a week, Mondays 5 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, or Sunday 2400 SLT. The video will also be available for viewing later as well. But for now, let's get on with the build. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, now we going. How are we going? Yeah, I got hair now. 6 episodes, 6 weeks. That's how quick hair grows. What have we got? We're now in the new time zone for Australian Eastern Standard Time. 5 PM is now 2300 SLT or 11 PM SLT. We're on to episode 6, and we've got something a little bit different today. I actually went through the model and finished off a lot of the seams. Had a look through, done a bit more research into the cab, went and had a look through that just to see if I've lost or left anything out. Everything's looking pretty good. Keep in mind that you don't need all that detail to bring into Second Life. You want to try and keep your model as basic as possible. My voice is a little bit out at the moment. I had a cold last week, so we'll crack on anyway. What else we got? I did that little bit of extra work. Finished off the cab, put in the extra windows. Done a bit of research on the cab as well, the way that the door opens. And I thought the cab doors opened outwards. They actually open inwards. So therefore part of the floor actually has to get cut out. However, the way I've made the model, I think we can get away with it. I don't think we need to make any adjustments. And unless you actually drive one of these locomotives, you're not going to know the difference anyway. For now, let's go and have a look over into Blender. That's not Blender. That's not Blender at all. I actually went around and changed all the signs too, and I just realised that in the intro that the actual intro has got 2400 on it, so I might do something about that if I get the time. So I've gone over the roof, smoothed everything off. Let's go into texture mode. Probably won't let us. Oh, there we go, texture mode. Go into object mode. And that's our model. That's what we've got. So looking around the model, it looks half decent. It looks pretty good. I do see a little imperfections. I don't know if you can see the mouse is viewable. You can see in the shadings. See how it goes dark there into lighter and into dark again. It's actually having a problem with the smoothing on top. The same as here as well. But you never know when it goes through the triangulation mode. When it's brought into SL, it might fix itself. My experiences, yeah, doesn't usually happen that often. Added the window, and that is now one whole face. Come across, I still haven't put the rear doors on because we're going to do that as a separate item. We're actually going to have them scripted. Okay, so you can see now that window is now part of the wall on the inside of the cab as well. Looking at that, I might have to do a little bit of smoothing in here too. You can see how that cube above the window is not correct. Go into edit mode. We'll just stay in this mode. We'll select some faces. Keep it in texture mode, obviously. See if we can fix that. Just, yeah, it doesn't look nice. Let's go smooth. Faces, edges, that one. Yeah, now you got your problem on the back side of the window. Actually, that's better than being on the top side. I reckon I could put up with that. Go to the opposite side. Yeah, you can see it's happening on the other side as well. So A to deselect everything, and now start selecting. Right now we are going to smooth, smooth, smooth A. Just check over the model, make sure everything's looking good, because if you don't do it now, you'll end up having to come back later on and doing it again. What I did last time, I actually had a little bit of time during the week to put into the model, and I went around, created all the seams, so that all these faces here are now part of one building block. Same as this section here. That is all part of one building block now too. So I can separate that inner face away from this inner face. And that's going to make texturing a lot easier. Keep in mind it's not as easy as just, let's say, Alt with an edge tool. It's not as easy as selecting all the edges. You actually have to select all the edges, mark the seam, and then also find a place in them faces where you're not actually going to notice much. And as you can see, I found this seam here. That's where I'm going to actually make my model join. So start face and end face is going to be right there. It'll actually split the seam open right there, which is what I'm after. So I've done that on both the windows either side. Everything's looking pretty good. Once again, I've still got to do the horns. I've still got to make front lighting. I've got a whole heap of things to do. But at the moment, everything's looking pretty good for what we want. I've got my seam in there. Actually, go back there and highlight that area. There we go. Yep, all highlighted. Looks good. Originally, I was going to cut that fan into it, and I actually decided against it. The reason being was I was just going to create more of an issue. The door, I'm not going to make that usable underneath. Well, this door here, as you can see there. The reason being, I have not actually created anything on this part of the object. There's all outer faces and no inner faces, as you can see by the direction of the little aqua lines. Actually, it might be a little bit hard to see on YouTube. You'll see it in the dark areas there. They're facing out, where the inner faces, they're facing out. There's nothing facing in. So when I upload this into World, and if I went into this view right here, you would not actually see anything apart from this part of the fan up here and the outside doors and the outside walls. Everything else would just be absolutely transparent. Oh, I just found something that looked a bit dodgy. Yes. Dodgy. That does look dodgy. What is that? Oh no, that's fine. So that should be facing out as well. No. Oh, go figure. Once again, if you've figured out, I don't know if I got the image up. Five, Control 3. No. Come on. There it is. If you figured out what this here is, make sure you comment on the video or tell me in World. That could be the winning prize for the end result. A finished locomotive, and I'll just give that away to whoever can tell me what it is. I obviously know what it is and what it's there for, but keeps people interested. Now, I'm thinking everything looks good. I've added the face as a separate item here on the side intakes. I think they're intakes. I'm not 100% sure. So that face is going to be separate. Them two faces will be one face. And I've also marked a seam along the line to spread it out for a UV as well. I've gone about and done that all the way around the model, and everything still looks pretty good to me. So it's now time to make that UV model, the UV map. So if I can remember how to do this. I didn't have a great deal of time to myself today, so we're gonna, I don't know why it's A to select all. We're gonna drag this window down. Nope, not that one. Go from here. There we go. So you can see now there's a little bit of an, how do you say, a 45-degree angle up in the corner. I've basically dragged that down, so now I'm running two windows. And then we'll drag this one just down a little bit, just so we can see what's going on. On the side here, we can choose what kind of viewer we've got. And we're going to turn this one into a UV image editor. Okay. Now, I want this to be, geez, what's our latest thing in SL? I think it's 2048 pixels. So let's try and get it out there. 2048. It's 2048 by 2048. If it's more than that, tell me and I'll up that right now, because the larger that we can get this image, the more fun, the easier things are going to be. Actually, we better go and have a look at that before I enter that in. I'll minimize that. Image size for Second Life. Okay. That's profile pictures, profile, image dimensions. Okay, uploading assets in English. Here we go. This might tell us. It probably won't. I don't think it'll even tell me what date this was modified. Images. Okay, here we go. Everything to the power of 2, so it must be cubed. TGA PNG. Pretty sure it's. Let's see, they got texture size. This must be old. This must be real old. Well, they're still using Talley's content, so it's got to be old. Let's run with 2048. And if it doesn't want to accept it, actually wait up, I'm already on Second Life. How's about we go to build, upload an image. Oh, okay, it's not going to give me limitations. Let's go find a big massive image. Let's go find a big one. Ah, there you go. Cannot load images larger than 2048 by 2048. Perfect. Okay. Well, we don't need that wiki open anymore, do we? Get rid of that. 2048 by 2048. Color, whatever, alpha, yes. Definitely tick alpha. Definitely tick that. And we are okay. Maybe I cocked up. Okay. Go to UVs. Unwrap. There we go. Gee, I'll tell you what, that unwrapped pretty good too. That unwrapped really. Look at that roof. That turned out good. That turned out good. Oh, we got a problem up here. Have a look at that one. Okay. So now all of our tools up here. Don't know if you can see where that mouse is hovering. They've all changed. So we better do a quick walkthrough. You got view over here. We used to be able to change the angle of the views here. You've only got one view in this. However, a lot of the number pads that we used to use are now zoom tools. Select. Pretty much all the selections that you used to be able to do is available here. We've now got a new image tab. That image tab will come in handy when we want to check our texture. UVs. You can export your UV layout. That's going to be handy for us. What else we got here? Unwrap, or we just unwrapped it. And I can see a problem already, so we need to go check that out. So across from the UVs, you got images. That's going to actually show up the image that we're going to put over the top of that. Open files, close them, delete them, different views. Select your verts, your edges, your faces, and then there's now another one for islands. So you can select, if I select that, I can select that whole piece that I UV mapped. I do see a few problems up here too. So I obviously didn't do a real good job at what I did. Select, yeah, there you go. That's all one piece up there. Let's go and have a look at that anyway. That's the first thing I seen that was wrong. Ah, okay. So there should be a separate piece to that, which is up there. Okay. Okay. Let's go into solid. There we go. We need to go back and have a look at the cab. And by we, I mean me. Because it looks like I haven't unwrapped it properly. Even though it does look good, I don't know what's going on. So let's go select a couple of faces there. Just to see if that's the faces we're dealing with. Yeah, it is. Okay, so why did that do that for? I think I can see part of the problem right there. Nope. That should have kept it all in one piece. Should have, but it didn't. Unless, if I go to the verts, select the vert, yes, no. Aha, there's a problem right there. There's your problem. It's not connected to anything. There's your problem right there. Why is that not connected? Go into tools, merge at center. So now select that, and it should select everything. Yep. Okay. That should have fixed it. Should have. Go into solids. Hey. Okay. What about anything else that looks a bit odd and peculiar? That's a bit odd to me. I don't know why that's happened. That's going to be something we have to fix. No, don't delete it. View it. Okay, that looks good. What's this? Well, this doesn't look good. Above the driver's window. That's above the driver's window. Other than that part there, everything looks good. Yeah. That looks a bit dodgy there, but... And they're our main pieces that we really want to take care of too. Oh, what's out there? Oh no, we've already checked that out. That's something wrong there. Okay, if that's gone like that, where's the rest of it? Where's the boxes gone? Oh, they're probably up there. No. Kind of looks like we're missing parts. No. I think it's pretty safe to go ahead with what we're doing. Got to straighten all that out too. Alright, we've got some straightening to do. Select all, select everything there, and go UVs, unwrap, and that should have cleaned up the majority. Oh god, what do we got here? What is that part of? That's a problem. That's a problem. We're looking at over the roof. That's been fixed. The other one over the roof? Yes, no? No? Well, yep. Okay. What's that down there? I don't even know what that is. That's going to be pretty hard to find too. There's all your faces for the vents now. Okay, we'll find out what this part here is. Where is that in that? Let's choose that one, and we'll select that one as well. A to deselect. We obviously know it's inside the cab, but which face is it that we have to work on? Now I selected the ones in the UV map so that it would come back and select the ones in here, but it doesn't look as if it's happened. Oh no, there you go. So, what's that? Why is that part of that? It is too. Okay, so you can see where I've selected this face up here. You come up to the map here and it's been selected there as well in the pattern color. So I'm going to go down here, find out why the floor's not working for me. Oh. What about that little piece from outside? Go into face mode. Nope. Nope. Could it be this one? Nope. What about this one? Nope. That's strange. Got a mystery face in there. Man, what's going on there? It goes down. I have a bigger problem than I think. Not cool. Let's go into wireframe mode. Get it a little bit tricky. There's nothing there for it to join to. What is going on here? No extra faces. They've got to be having a laugh. Faces. Man, that's weird. You told me that there was another edit mode. Oh. Looks like I found it. Why is that connected to that? It's not connected to that at all. It's connected to that. Okay, what? How does that work? Crazy. Okay, there you go. Okay, wireframe mode. Ugh. What is going on there? Let's create that there. And we'll go to UVs. We'll go mark that seam. A to select all. That's odd. Anyway, whatever. Go to A to select all. UVs. Come on. And unwrap. E to unwrap. Everything's looking pretty good now, except for the sides, and they're the parts I want really good. UVs. There's always a second option as well. And it's here. It's just named something different. Nope. UVs. I think it was called Smart UV Unwrap. But I'm not seeing that here at the moment. Stitch. Try live unwrap. Nope. No. That's what we're getting. That is what we're getting. Alright. That is what we're going to get. Now, what I usually do from here is I like to know how I'm going to texture the model and where all the perfect parts are going to be. On this model, go back into solid mode. We know, go into wireframe, sorry, of Control 3. We know that all the sides, they're actually going to be our main areas. There's going to be all of our main areas that we need major texture work to. The roof you're not going to be able to see unless you're alt left clicking. The vents, not major importance. The top vent is not a major importance either. The cab, I'll put that as a secondary. But fronts, front, sides, rear, that's priority. Cab second. Yeah, I think the rest of it is, yeah, they all come pretty much at the very end. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to quickly make sure I've still got my camera. Wasn't looking for that one. There we go. So there's our picture. We're doing the green part, as you can see. I'm going to start up a new, start up a new page there, because as we're working on this, I'm actually going to draw what I'm doing so I don't get confused. And there's nothing worse than being confused when doing a UV mapping. Nothing worse. Oh, what's that? A little something I've got to look forward to. Everything's looking good. The only thing that really worries me are these two sections here. They're not square, they're not perfect. And I feel that we need them to be square. So what we're going to do, A to select all, grab it, and remember we don't have a Z axis anymore. We're only dealing in 2D here, so grab it on the Y or the Z. Y's up, Z is up and down as well. Grab Z, there you go. No, Z, no, X, you goose, what are you doing? Not even listening to what I'm saying, telling myself. Alright. Priorities. Let's start with cab front left. Work all the way around to the front to back. So that's being 3. There we go. A from this line here all the way across to there. I want it so I want that image, as you can see there on the screen, on the map, I want it to be nice and flat all the way across, so that when I go to line up a picture, it should actually line up. I shouldn't have to cut and extend this way, or stretch it out and move this part of the image down lower to meet up with the other parts. I shouldn't have to do that. So if I make all my edges, the black lines, if they're all lined up, if all my verts are lined up, I shouldn't have to move anything. So that's our goal. So I'm going to make that from here. Oh, we go to faces. From here all the way to here. And we'll call that all the left hand side. I'll put that all on one line, then I'll come down and I'll put all the rights on. And keep in mind that, hopefully this is going to be right, the left hand side should face this way, the right hand side should face that way. Hopefully. That's how I'm hoping it works out. So let's go and find these faces. You don't actually have to select them. You can just select a few of what you're after. I don't think I've got many over there. Nope. One, two there. Yep. Select. Just looking for things where I know. Yep, that looks good. Okay, A. That's in that selection. Okay, go grab. Hopefully this is going to work. Z, negative. Just highlight everything that they've got there with our island tool. Keep in mind that's island there and not faces. So that's upside, that's back to front. What's going on here? Oh, how strange is that? Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Use shift on the UV map as well and right click. That's correct, that's correct. That's correct now. That's correct. So hopefully I've selected everything correctly. I should be able to grab it now and move it. So that is vents on the side, more vents, that's the front there I think, windows. Okay, let's go A. This is going to be a little bit tricky, like, oh, sorry. Sorry. Didn't realise I was still in the large camera mode. There we go. So what I've done... Oh, God. What I did was I selected a whole heap of faces across here, just randomly selected them. So I know what islands I wanted to pick up. Oh, wow. Give yourself an uppercut. I absolutely stuffed that one up. Okay, and then I select there. And basically what I've done is I knew that them areas would be the islands I wanted. There's two I missed there as well. There you go. So then I went into my map knowing very well where they were. I went A there, and it really highlighted everything there. And then I went through with my island select mode right there. And then I manually selected everything perfectly. I dragged it away from the original map. Wow. Can't believe I cocked that up. Anyway. Let's roll on. So what I want to do now is go down to my model. Now I want to find this section. Okay. So we know that big squares on the left, thinner squares on the right. And then everything should line up pretty well. Yep, everything's looking good. I've got my, you can see there how the top right hand corner has got a pattern in it. Okay, go back to the model, and that should have been the last one I selected. Yeah, it's got the pattern in there. That's note to self, I'm going to change this camera view back. Change it back. So when I got that highlighted in the corner, and I got that little island in the middle, at the top right hand corner, I can actually find the position on the UV map. Sometimes it'll be upside down, fully round the wrong way, and then you can go around and make sure that you do actually have it in the correct area, so that your left hand edges are actually your left hand edges and not your right hand edges and upside down. So it's always good to pick a face to find out whereabouts it is, and if there's only one face, go and pick an edge and find out where that edge is. You can also do that with verts as well if you want to get even trickier into it. Alright. On my screen it says that I'm back in my map mode, which is good. So I know for a fact that is 100% correct how I want it. That's what I've selected. Oh, shite. That's that one there I want. A to deselect all. That one, yep. I want to grab that, move that up to the top. Now remember that the more room you give yourself for the priority areas, let's call it priority areas, yeah, the better off you're going to be in the end. There's going to be little bits and pieces that are not priorities, and we don't need to give them. Oh, grab that one there. Yep. I just used S to scale. You don't have to extrude, grab, or anything like that. We don't use that in the UV layouts. Next up, we're going to add a window to it, which we'll go A to deselect, right click to edit undo, A to deselect, A to deselect everything on the model. I'm going to select the face of a couple of little cubes here. Now I've selected the lower part of the lower right hand side, so I know what I'm looking at. A, I press the dot on your right hand side keyboard, your number pad keyboard. Everything's perfect there, and flat. Absolutely perfect. Every edge is nice and flat. Now that is good. So we are in island mode. I've selected the whole island. I grab that, I bring it down. Okay. Now, what I've basically done So what I'm basically doing is grabbing the edges of one side and I'm going to stretch them out so that they're flat. So it should technically look like that in the end. Just all one flat piece. And if everything lines up correctly, which I'm pretty confident it will, we should be able to lay down an image and have it run absolutely smooth. Absolutely smooth. You can see the dots are kind of, They're kind of matching up. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually. Now, is it scaled correctly this way? I'm not sure. Is this part here scaled this way correctly? I'm not sure. We're not going to know until we actually put something over the top. But at the moment, I'm pretty happy with that. Then we need to go and find another piece. So we go A to deselect that as well. We'll go to faces, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side, and I'll pick the top end of the other face. Always the last face that gets that pattern. There we go. Top right hand corner, yep. And it's also selected the back edge because I wanted that to be part of the island. A little tiny edge right there. Nice and easy. Nice and square too. Grab that. Bring it down. Okay. Scale it. Grab it. So everything's looking pretty good. That could be a problem. That could see it's already outside. Could be a problem. Anyway, let's get this lined up with the other image. It looks pretty good. It's a little bit out. I can see a little bit of difference. You can see the dot there. The dot at the top's half decent. The dot at the bottom is out. So it could do with a little bit of scaling. Yep, just a fraction. Oh, I don't think we're going to get that. Grab it. Well, that's not too bad. I reckon we can put up with that. Now onto this monstrosity. What are we going to do? As you can see, it's not going to fit on the page. So we're going to go B to border select and select our previous ones that we've just scaled. We're just going to scale them down a little bit, grab them, move them off to the side, try and get this in there somehow. I don't like our chances, I really don't. Border select. Grab. Might have to cheat a little bit on this one, I think. Don't like the idea of manipulating this as much as we're going to have to, but looks like we're going to have problems anyway. Okay, let's give this a crack. B to border select. And I'm going to go scale on the Y, I think is top to bottom. Yeah. This is going to be so painful. So painful. Oops. I could probably snap them into place, but I don't really want to. I really don't want it looking like that either. I really should have I think I better do that. I think I might take the vents off the side of that. That should square everything up. Yeah. Because we're going to be there for hours doing that. Not a good idea. So let's go select some edges. Okay. Clear the seam. Edges. This should mark the seam. A. Clear the seam. I'm hoping that I can get the sides to work in my favour. Where the sides of these vents end up, I really don't care where they end up. I don't think it's going to be a main focal point. And at the end of the day, I'd rather mess around with little tiny bits of image like that than the whole side of a locomotive. Clear the seam. Oops. Yep, that's all good. We're going to mark the seam. And we'll go down as well. Just holding shift down. Okay, we'll mark the seam. That's all the vents there on one side. Got minimum vents on this side because we're going to texture 3 of them in. Clear the seam. Oh, what's going on there? Is it? How did that? No. What's going on there? I can see 2 lines. It shouldn't be 2 lines there. Okay. And then we'll go up. Mark the seams. Oops. Okay, go back to our model. We'll go to UVs, unwrap. Okay, we're all back in the center again. Has it fixed up the sides? It sure has. It sure has. What the hell is that thing? I don't know. You can see now how the vents have fixed themselves up here as well. That's still good there, yeah. Get A to select all, and then the dot on your number pad, or delete on the number pad. And see, everything's perfect there now. Everything perfect. That's how I wanted it originally. That there is going to be a problem. But it's inside, so I think we'll get away with it. Got a couple of doors there, yeah. A window, sorry. Yeah, that's 100% better. The roof, see how it bulges out there? I don't know if I don't know if you can see that or not. And I can't shift up or down so you see that either. Okay. I'm pretty happy to run with this. Alright, let's do it. A to grab all. I'm just going to shift that off to the side. Once again, I'm going to select a few. I'm going to select a few faces down here so we know what we're dealing with. 1, 2, 3. Grab a couple of them ones. A couple of these ones. A couple of them ones. I think a couple of these ones. Alright, should be good to go. Everything's looking good. Yep. Oh, I'm excited now. This is going to be good. See how everything's nice and flat now, except for this little part here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So, I'm going to go to Island Select. Highlight the objects I want. Sorry about the coughing, still got a sore throat. Okay. So there is, geez, what would that be? Geez, that'd have to be 25% of the model that we've already cleaned up. Now let's go and have a look at front section. We'll start lining it all up again. 1, 2. Grab that top one again. Yep. Everything's lined up nicely. Okay, next one is the door, well, sorry, the cab window. I'm hoping everything lines up perfectly, so I don't have to start scaling things. It's not too bad, I don't mind it. Okay, that section, and I bet it doesn't fit. I had a feeling that'd happen. Can't win them all, right? what I can do is scale it vertically, but then it won't be square. It's not exactly something I want to do. However, what we can do, border select, grab all of that. We can scale it down to suit. Now that all fits in. If I go and scale it now on the y-axis to drag it this way, it'll give me a better dots per, how do you say, dots per inch on the model, but at the same time I'm going to have to manipulate every single image to suit. So I'm kind of interested in just leaving it like that at the moment. The other way to go about it, which we might look at that right after now, we can always go in and grab that rear section and put that as a standalone item and separate, how do you say, if I go back to the drawing pad, so if I cut it down there and have it don't know. Have it as a 1 layer, 2 layer. I'll do it again properly for you. There we go. So one part's on top of the other, then that'll actually give me the ability to have larger side plates, which is probably what we're after, and we could stick all the rest of the junk on the sides then, on this corner here. Nope, didn't do that properly. Gotta keep remembering to move my scenes. So if I take that part, grab that one, and put it underneath, and remember that all that is left hand side, then I could probably stick all the junk like fans up in here, part of the cab up in there. I could probably do things like that, which is what I really should do. We'll stick the rest of that roof on as a separate item as well. Actually, did I have any problems with that roof and the vents? No, not really. Okay. I think it actually might be worthwhile doing this, putting it all properly. Grab that, bring it down, put it all down as normal items for now, and we'll scale it up. Didn't really plan that well, did I? Grab that, put that there. Grab that, put that there. And yes, you can actually move your island off that cube and you won't be able to texture it. Okay. That's all. A B, border select. Grab all that. We'll stick it just down there for now. 3 to 5 events. Go back to our model. And we'll pick all of the right hand side. Okay. Whoops. Make sure you're in island mode once again. Everything's looking pretty good. And I'll move that to a different part of the map. Grab that, we'll stick it over there. Okay, now we're going to go from left to right. So technically, what I could do, which I don't think would be a good idea now that I think about it, I was thinking about putting the right hand side cab next to the left hand side of the cab and then having the sides back here underneath each other, but I think I might stick to the original plan. Stick that down there. Stick to the original plan so that we don't confuse ourselves. And one thing I haven't been doing is actually writing down what I've been doing on a notepad. I'm not a big fan of, how do you say, just chucking these down willy-nilly. I like to know where things are so that when I look back at my planning, I can then slap myself for being silly. But it's also good for, like, if you have a breakaway, you can come back to a note and have a look at it. Come back, have a look at the notes that you've done. Maybe before you even finish making the UV map, you could probably even make some minor changes or have a look at different locomotives to see if that's going to work for every single one. Okay, so what I've got write this down. I'm going to write it down. cams and large drawing cams. Okay, let's bring this microphone over here so you can hear me talking. I'm just going to quickly label this. Okay, so we're only doing the top section now. I'm going to go square, a window, okay, front, rear, windows and windows. So now I know roughly what I'm looking at. Grab myself another texter. That was the left hand side, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. It's also, I better put some direction markers in as well. Just so we know which direction the locomotive would be heading at number 1 end. And then we go back into here. Yeah, is that right? I don't think that's right. No, it is right. Yeah, that's right. I'm confusing myself. Window and then front. Is that right? No, you stuffed up. There we go, that's better. Okay, so we know that that's the main part of the body. We've got a lot more to go. I reckon I could probably scale, if we go back to Blender. I think I could actually scale that being the majority part of the build. I feel that I could scale that out so that these edges here touch the sides, which I think might be worthwhile doing. Inside the cab, there is a bit of detail, but I'm not super stressed about it. I think that'd be alright. Might even use all this area down here for the inside cab. Might chuck the roof section up the top. Put it there somewhere. Tell you what, that's a plan, that is. The roof section's not a major thing. It's usually always one colour anyway. You can always, like, put some soot marks or something like that on there. Make it look all dirty on top. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Now, all of our vents are there as well. Got to make sure that they're all facing the correct way up as well. Oh, there's a problem. All of our cab windows are on a 90-degree angle. Okay, let's do these vents. I reckon we just stick them down the side there. Utilise that space. That'll clean everything up down here for use. So let's pick. Actually, we'll go back to the map, the drawing camera. Make sure we keep drawing our stuff on there. Where are we up to? Now, left-hand side. Let's go back to the left-hand side. Find our air vents. They're all the ones up the top there. But we need to find out if they've been angled. So we go here to our there. It's not letting me view it. Here we go. It looks good. Looks as if it's done it correctly. Let's pick this one as well. Now yeah, that's worked good. Okay. A to deselect. Grab. There we go. That's better. On to that one. Yep. And we'll grab that one being top left. Zoom in. We'll be able to put in there 5 of them, don't we? Grab that one, move it up. Grab that one, move that up as well. Grab on the y-axis. So we should put all the lefts across here. And then we'll put all the rights down the side. Now, the reason why I'm going to put these here is because I want to scale them up. Okay. If I ever want to make this certain model, which is actually on my Control 3, and if I go to wireframe, there we go, and A to select all, there you go. You can see how these images here, like the stripes, they actually go through them vents. So I do want to have them vents large enough to the point where I can manipulate a stripe through it. You can see how that stripe there is going to be really hard to put through there. I don't think any other of the locomotives are going to do that from memory, or any of the other makes, models, whatever. So I just got to make sure the orientation is correct on that cube, and everything's good. So now we got to go find the bottom one. Wait up, something's wrong there. Something wrong there. Yeah, you see you've selected the wrong one. There you go. That's better. Now I've got to find the correct orientation on that. Go back to solids up here. And I want to find that face as well. Ah. So that one's tried to trick us. That one's gone all 90 degrees on us. Okay, so we go like that. Select. I'm just going to have to do the best we can. R to rotate. And just eye line. Just try and line it up by eye. So it's a little bit out. But I think we just leave it. Okay. So that is still facing up, correct. Scale, grab. Okay, I think that'll do the job. Separate them a little bit so that we've got a little bit of room to play with. Go on to the next one. Select the cube above it to make sure it hasn't been rotated. And it has been. Which now makes me think that this one here has been rotated. Nope. That's, how strange is that? Oh, what do you do? Perfect. Go A with the island tool, grab it, and we'll rotate it. Okay, I don't know if I've shown you this or not, but you can actually move your mouse further and further away from the object. And actually it lets you be a little bit more delicate with your mouse movements. It's still not delicate enough. So you can see my mouse is moving far, far, far. That just means that it makes the mouse just that little bit smoother. There we go. That's where I want it. Just makes life a little bit easier. We'll grab that one, chuck it in there. That should give us room for a few more. Put it further away just so I know what I'm dealing with. Now you can see that these are different because the sides are wider than the other ones, which we are not going to have a problem with. We might have ourselves a correct orientation up here too. quickly have a look at here and grab another. Yep, we're good. Good to go. We'll grab that one, move that down. Now, you can do a smart UV unwrap in some versions of Blender, but it really, sometimes it doesn't really work the way you want it to. I prefer to do my UVs manually so that I know what the end result could look like. And I'm also compensating for the images I'll be using or the amount of detail I want in certain areas. Oops. Now I'm going to switch this one 90 degrees. Just grab it for now, move it down there. Okay, rotate it. I want it fairly square. A little tiny bit out. There you go. That'll do the job. It's not perfect. Okay. Back to the map. Okay. The main thing is that I understand it. I know what's going on. So, top, front, bottom, front, 1, 2, 3 along the sides. The next side is going to be even easier. Even easier. So I'm going to go to grab the other two vents, which are over here. So we'll go border select. Grab them, just shift them there because it's going to be closer to the work area. Go to our model, turn it around so we know what we're dealing with. I bet these have been turned. No. Very good. Chuck that in there. Oh, down here, sorry. I'll chuck it in there. Just so I don't confuse myself. So that's the top one in. We'll have a look at the bottom one. Perfect. Yep. Scale that up as well. Okay. Gotta love them cams, moving them here, moving them there. I forgot to show you once again. I just pulled out the two other vents that are on the left hand side, put them on the left hand side. That's all I've done. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if they're vents or if they're, I don't know, exhausts or I don't know what the hell they are. I know that they got filters on the outside that you can replace. I think you remove them from the top. Okay, roof's in, that's in. Jeez, not much to go now. What is going to move this along quicker? Now, I can tell you for a fact. Actually, what we'll do, grab that, we'll grab that, move them. I'll have to rotate them. It's going to be hard to rotate these because they don't exactly meh. Okay, what we'll do, we'll go into the main part of the model and we'll start with an open door, I reckon. Oh, there's an open door there. We'll start from the back, work your way forward. Very good. This might work out. Might. Turns out these cabs are also filled with it's a weird insulation. It's kind of held in by a like pegboard or something like that. It's really weird. I've actually got an image of, a video walkthrough of a cab, and that was actually sitting in my hometown here. It's one of the old Silverton Railway locomotives from South Australia, I think it was. That was sitting here in the hometown just recently, and someone actually did a walkthrough of the cab, which was very nice of them to do that. Oh, that's actually the right way up for us. Beautiful. And yeah, being able to see that was very, very handy, because now I know what direction I want to go with doing the cab. Make that bigger so I can have a look at it. I was originally worried about, gee, that's not even on the right angle. What's going on here? I was originally worried about not being able to find some images of cabs. I did end up finding one, so I'm pretty happy. Alright. So you got cab, driver's side cab. I did pick the driver's side, didn't I? Yep. Yeah, I did, yep. Driver's side cab, driver's side front window. There's going to be a door there. You get another opening door here, which we are making separate. That then goes into the conductor's window. We'll grab that one out. That's going to be hard to line up. Does it need fixing first? Yes, it does. Pretty good. Grab that, line it up with there, I think. Now this is actually another part of the build that I want to be large, because that did line up, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Because it's actually inside the cab, this netting on the side of the wall is very minute and you can just see the holes all over it. So I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to make that texture yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do it. And then we've got another section that is cab window. Obviously that's going to be this piece here. No, negative. No, it is. Okay, it's upside down. Thanks for coming. Rotate. Grab it. It's kind of square. I think we just have to put up with that. Kind of looks like Donald Trump's hairpiece. Okay. What do we got now? Cab roof. We got front, side, front, side, rear. I reckon we could scale that to S to scale. I just want it large enough so that I can... Oh geez, you're not going to get much larger than that, are you? It looks as if it's part of... Just want to make sure that this part here is inside the map, which it is. Very good. Go back to island mode. Now we're going to fit all of that into that. So let's go back to my drawing map. Let's go to okay. Looks pretty understandable so far. Now I've got a little bit of room to play with up here. There's a lot of unimportant parts now. Obviously that cab roof, which is going to be that part there. We're going to grab that. That's going to take a priority. We'll put that there. Somewhere. I think there was just like painted vinyl on the roof from memory. Now, the roof had 4 pieces, which are right. I'm just going to quickly grab some faces to look at it. There, 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 and there. Okay, we'll grab them pieces. Grab that. Now, the majority of the models, versions of this model I've been looking at, there hasn't been a great deal of changes to these pieces here. So I think all I'm going to do, I'll put them the correct face up, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that. So I'm going to go to island select, rotate it so it's flat, just so that bottom line's flat. Looks good. Grab that one, rotate it, just so that I don't have to texture them on an angle, because that can be painful. It's doable, it's just painful. Okay, rotate that one. Ooh, where are you going? What are you doing? Come on. There we go. Okay, let's find out. I don't know. Just bugger. Excuse me. I reckon we just grab them, chuck them up at the top there, put them next to the roof, so we know what they are. Oops. Grab them, move them. Fair bit of room up here. Grab them. Can we chuck them in there? Chuck them there. I just found my next victims, and that's going to be these manhole covers for the roof. Put them in there as well. There you go. What are you going to call them? Part of the cab roof, I guess. Okay, what else we after? them vents. Let's select some vents. Oh no, what have you done? Done it again. I've done it again and again and again. Okay. So basically I just added these parts here. They are these parts here, down on the window. I've added them up to the top there. Sometimes they get coloured in the model, sometimes they don't. Now we're going to go and do the vents of the roof. Man, I'm having a shocker. So I want to go grab that island. What the shit happened there? That's odd. Why did it do that? Okay. Now it's working for us. Okay, and that was to the inside. We're going to rotate that just so that I've got the right angle. We're going to scale that down. I don't think there's going to be a major problem with how small that's going to be because it's the same size as the roof. And we'll scale that down again. There we go. To deselect. Oh, I can't believe how many mistakes I've been making tonight. This is unbelievable. Okay, we're going to grab 1, 2, 3. That's going to go to the top. It's already in the right perspective for me. We'll chuck that in the center. Scale it down. Hopefully, we'll be sitting in a GIMP next time around and texturing this. Oh, shite. It's already 7 o'clock. Let's finish this UV map, even if it goes through till 7:30. We'll finish it up. Then everything will be alright. Everything will be laughing. I've just found a couple of things that's going to give me dramas too, because I haven't left any room for them. Whoops. Silly me. Silly, 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 silly. Oh, what do you do? I want that other top vent, that one. Okay, that one is going to have to get rotated. Grab the whole island. I want that to the back. Oh, that hasn't worked very well for us, has it? That has not worked very well at all. Rotate. That'll do the job. Scale it. This one here, we might have to do a little bit of playing around when it comes to texturing. because the vent actually comes out of here and then moves back. So there might be a little bit of soot or smoke or something like that that we have to texture into it, just to grubby it up a little bit. That's pretty good. Okay, what's next? Vent. That's a vent. That's part of the vent. Grab them, chuck them over there for now. They're not totally necessary right now. Earlier I said I stuffed up. That's because I'll grab that on the y-axis. I forgot these two. Grab. Oh, what the shit is that? A square. Is that gonna fit in there? Nope. One or two fit in there. I might be able to squeeze them in there. I might be able to squeeze them. I think I can do it, but we have to move these. Put them there. Now it's upside down. And which one is that anyway? That's going to be the front. That'll be this part here. So if I go A to deselect that, let's select them. There you go. So she's upside down. Go rotate. Rotate again. Keep in mind that there is better ways of doing this. There's a lot easier ways anyway. This is the way I do it just because I know what parts of the thing I want textured properly. There's some parts that you can chuck it any old way, any old how you want. It doesn't really matter. But I know for a fact that, I know that I want this to look pretty good. I'll actually put that there. That way we can move these back up. Just quickly write down what I've done. Okay. So this vent over here, it's one of these parts that I'm not stressed about because I'm going to actually colour that the same, well, just one of the darker areas is what I'm going to colour it. So anything that you know, like trimmings around the windows, anything I don't care about, that's where I'm going to be chucking a lot of our crap. Basically, maybe right in the centre there or something like that. Now, to look at floors. I've got to look at the floor. Might be easier just to go here. I haven't done the floor yet. Direction. Yeah, that's pretty good, that'll do. I want to scale that up a bit too, because it's got a bit of a pattern on the floor. We'll put that there. Don't know what that is. That's the rear. Have we done fronts and rears yet? No, we haven't. Man, what have you done? Scale that down. That's the roof. That's not going to be super important now. Never is that. I'll put that there. Front. Let's put the front nose cone into an area where we know what's going on. So 1, 2, 3. Top one. So that's upside down too. Upside down, upside down. Actually, now that I look at that, I should have put the... Man, confusing myself now. Let's do a quick rotate. I should actually do that. I'll pull that down. Just so that I know that that's going to be part of that. Silly me. Lines up pretty well too. Actually, I might grab that and scale it. That's a primary thing. That's one thing we're definitely going to be looking at. Let's go a long way. Scale. Let's scale it down. Yep. And we'll move that there. There's going to be a lot of textures on the front of that. Things like lighting positions, state emblems, things like that. Man, we're running out of room. We need that down here now. Grab that, bring that down there. And we need... Okay, we're almost there. Let's find out. Okay. Yep, we're good. That's all set up good. Go that one. And that's set up good as well. Grab that. Drag that over. think that'll do. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the one, but I'm going to check anyway. That one. Yep. Oh, see, that's a different size. I think they've changed the size on that one. I don't know. It is actually a little bit bigger. I reckon we'll get away with it. Get away with it. Try not to stress out too much. There's a door in there as well. Let's pick that face there. Facing up. Very good. Grab it. And there was actually some pieces that I just missed. So we're going to have to scale that quite a fair whack. I'm even going to cheat and scale it on the x-axis. Make it narrower. Okay, we're going to go out and have a look at this here. This is going to be the tricky part. Top. Sides. I hope this is going to work. Oh God. Nope. Didn't work for me. Did not work for me. I don't think this end of the locomotive is very important anyway. Just scale it, chuck it next to it. Oh, it is a little bit important for one of the locomotives, but it didn't exactly work out the way I wanted it. I'll just deal with it. It's not exactly the way I like dealing with things, but anyway. I'll have to hand make a texture for it if I have dramas. That one and that one I want. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's already in the bottom. Scale Y. No. There we go. Scale X. Back into position. There we go. Okay. What other pieces of junk have I forgotten? Got all that. Got all that. No, that's all there. Oh, wrong way, come on. That's part of that object there. That's part of that. Windows, I think. Okay, we'll just scale that one. Just to bring that up to the rest of the model. There is a bit of detail on the rear end. Not as much as other parts of the model, however, still enough to worry about it. Okay, that there is a worry. I don't know what that is. And when you don't know what some of the pieces are, you can actually do something dodgy. Which I'm starting to think I might have found one of them already. So we'll just select the face. And we'll go to wireframe mode. Yeah, I think I found one of them already. Border select. So that's selecting insides and outsides. That'll select everything straight through. And we know now that these missing parts are up the front. Windows. You'd probably, apart from that one, put most of it in the trash area. Except for that top ring for the fan. We would have put that in a proper placement. So let's grab the model here. We'll go window. That's both windows right there. So let's find a place to chuck them. I think I found a place. Right there. Great area. Okay. Push it up there. What about this window here? Geez, did I select it? No, I didn't. And they should be both together. Yes. Oh, that looks dodgy. Why does that look dodgy? Why? I don't like it. Oh, no, we're good. We'll rotate that one. Scale it, make it larger. What else have we got? That has to be doesn't really have to be perfect. I'll scale it on the x-axis, scale it on the y-axis. Okay. A select verts, I should have made it nice and flat, this section, but it obviously didn't. Scale it on the X. Yep. Had to have a think about that for a little while. Now hopefully, I should go Control Z. We'll grab that on the Y-axis. A, border blah, blah, select, scale Y, negative. Didn't work. I wonder if I can go edge select. Grab Y, Alt, grab Y. B, scale Y, A, edge select, Alt, right, grab Y. Let's flatten it out a little bit. Scale X, no, A, B, scale X. Hopefully we can shift that into the top area here somewhere. E, grab the island, grab Y, grab scale Y, scale X, very good. Let's chuck this up here. Scale. That's just the vent, the lower part of the vent. What are we up to now? I find 3 pieces. Where is that? Where is that? I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the cab somewhere. Somewhere dodgy. Probably right there. Okay. Where did I put the floor? There. Let's just chuck all that in there. I'm pretty sure that's floor. That's a piece I've already dealt with before today. So if I put it in there, that'll go in well with the floor. with that. Grab that, put it in there. Last piece. And I'm going to separate this just because I don't know where it is. And I'm going to put it somewhere where I can remind myself. Right there. Okay. We're done. UV layout is done. Select everything just so I can see everything. And we're done. File and save. Alright. Everything's saved. Very good. Whew. That was the UV layout over and done with. It does help when you've looked at it a few thousand times and already figured out what you want to do. Oh, is that in the map? Yeah, it is. Yeah, good. So now we can actually export this as a PNG file. Then we're going to send this over to GIMP. We'll pull up multiple different layers of images. We'll lay it all the way around. And then we're going to bring that back into Blender. We're not going to put anything into Second Life just yet. We're going to bring it back into Blender and view it as a 3D model that's been textured. The locomotive I want to make is the, I think it's 4807, I think it is off memory. 4806, one of the two. That's the one down in Thelmy at the train museum anyway. I've got to actually line up a few of these lines to go across the front, just like in the thumbnails, if you've seen them. The lines actually come out and then wrap back around the train. So I'm going to try and line them up. That's the reason why I'm doing it that way. The roof, I'm just going to leave the same texture for now because that's what it's supposed to look like. We'll do the floors, we'll do the cab, we'll do the texturing and everything next time around. So everything should be good. But for now, that's half an hour over what I wanted to do, but I knew that there wasn't much left in the actual UV modeling. So that's the map over and done with. I've saved it. So next time around, we're going to export that. We're going to put it into Blender. We're going to start texturing. So we're going to have some fun. It'll be some fun. Okay, for now, I'm out of here and see you next time around.